Alright, before you start modeling your character, the torso this week, and then later on the other parts of the body, I want to show you a couple tricks that might help you and that I would like you to use. Number one, a lot of modelers model only half of the character and copy it, mirror it, combine it together, weld the vertices together, and you have a full mesh. It's fine with me, and I'm going to show you a trick how to do that. I actually do that from time to time myself, but I want to make sure of one thing. It is super important to note that you have to come back to your mesh, one of the side, doesn't matter, and tweak it slightly so it's not the same exactly on both sides. There's nothing alive on this planet that is actually the same on both sides. So please do that, or not, it will look awkward. It will look weird and fake. That's one of the key of making it realistic. Now, I pushed that trick of halfway mesh and mirrored it and actually put it together for a full mesh all the way to the end. Let me show you a little trickery that I like to do. In reality, if you model half the mesh, so let me get a sphere right here. I'm going to right click on the sphere and select half the faces and get rid of them. Alright. What happened is that I'm going to duplicate it with spatial, and I'm going to go to the option of that spatial duplicate, and I'm going to make sure that it's selected as a copy. So let me show that 1 second. Right here. Hold on. Let me redo that. Something went wrong when I made it. So hold on. And right here, let me get those faces out. Right there. Now I should be okay. Let me reset it perfectly. And now you want to make sure that it's instance and it's on parent. You click apply and you have another mesh. What's interesting to understand is that, check it out. If I click the original mesh we duplicated, right click on it and select face, for example, I can select faces on that one and it will select the other and move them too. They are connected now. Those two mesh are interconnected. So if I rotate that one around at minus 180, right here, and move it back in position, alright, one mesh. If I right click and select vertices, for example, I can move some right there to start creating my mesh. Do whatever I want with them. It will actually adjust it, scaling it, whatever you want to do. I can do that with edges also. So select a couple edges. Let's move them out and down maybe. Alright. We start doing a shape. And I'll show you the last one out of the faces itself. You can select faces and move them up also. Alright. So let's move a couple of them right here. So you can model one side and have the other side appear, showing you the complete object, which is a lot better and a lot easier for you when you model it. Now, when you're there, if you want to finalize your mesh, you need to select both of them. You need to delete their history first. Then you need to combine them by going to Mesh, Combine, right here. As soon as it's combined, you need to right click and start doing the vertices. You need to basically go in, let me zoom in. go back in like that and go, hey, I want those two right there, those vertices, to be actually merged together. So you go to the merge to center or merge vertex tool, for example. That will work too, and you can up right here, grab another one, all right, and do that like that. Or you can select those two, for example, and go to merge component to center. All right, and that's the way you make it happen. Now, if you have a seam like that, there's a couple ways you can get rid of it. Number one, you select your mesh and you go to the normal menu and select soften edges. And most of the time that will do the trick, and it did. Most of it. Well, it didn't do the others because we haven't actually welded them together, merged them together. But if you look at it right here, if I grab, let's say, these right here and merge it component to center, I'm not sure that one, I've done that one. Let's do this one also. This quickly, and this quickly. And let's zoom out and see. Now let's resoften on normals edges right here, and you'll see it'll start to disappear. But let's say it doesn't disappear. All right. Let's say, let me create a little edge right here. Let me grab that one, for example, and move it up a little bit so we have an edge. Let's say it doesn't, and you have kind of a crease, right here. Actually, well, we can use another tool right here. It's a new tool. You can go into the mesh tool right here and go to the sculpt geometry tool. And it will has a couple different things. First of all, this is your target size right here. If you click on B as on Bob on your keyboard and slide your mouse left or right, you can change the size of the gizmo. That's how it works. You have a couple options. That's the radius right here. You can change also its opacity. But you can push, pull, smooth, relax, pinch, slide, and erase. For right now, we are going to use the smooth, and you can come in and start smoothing your mesh. It opens it up right here because it's not attached. All right. But if you look, you can start smoothing edges also of your mesh if you need to, if it's not round the way you like it. Okay. You have a strength in the smoothness. Okay. You can obviously use for your mesh also the push. You can see it's pushing in. The pull, it's pulling your mesh out. And you can auto smooth it too, so it's pretty cool. All right. So those were a couple tools I wanted to show you before you start your journey into creating a character. They are pretty useful, and use them all the time. Okay.